All right, we live here. It's your boy Rick Mohamed, Brawlers Sports Media here. I'm at the UFC boxing gym right here in OldBridge. We outside of Woodbridge, Virginia. I got my man, the legendary Demarcus, Chop Corley. How you doing this morning, champ?
I'm great, man. Blessed to be here.
So, I've been following you, man. You've had a hell of a career. You got a birthday coming up next month. We ain't gonna say his age. Amateur standout, 1995, won the National Golden Gloves in the light welterweight division, correct?
Yes, it was 140 pounds.
Turned pro in May of 96.
Correct.
And done fought every damn body in the planet. I mean, he done fought the likes of Zab Judah. He done fought the Madonnas. He's fought Floyd. Fought Randall Bailey twice. Fought him in 2004 and then turned around and 10 years later in 2014.
Yes. Me and Randall were great friends.
So let me ask you this, and moving a little forward real quick, just fought February 2018 at 2300 Arena in Philly, had that fight, turned around and won a title over there in Russia just in April, and I understand you're going to fight for another title at the FedEx Forum here in Tennessee come July. Tell everybody how you've been doing all of these fights, man, and where you been.
First of all, by the grace of God, he blessed me to have a long career. And I fought Hank Lundy in February, and then I went right back. And when I was getting ready for April, I already had the fight scheduled in Nigeria, April the 7th. And we went over there and won the WBU light welterweight title at 135 pounds. And I already had a date scheduled for July. And then I got a phone call, an opportunity to go to Moscow, Russia, to fight for another title. So I'll be fighting in Russia June 9th.
And then you're going to turn back around and go back to Tennessee in July. So in all essence, it's fair to say that you have had 4 fights all within first 6 months going into this year.
Correct. Staying busy.
Man, you still look great, by the way. He still looks like he did when he got in the ring against the younger Floyds and back in that area when he fought Super Zab Judah. What's the secret, man?
Don't drink, don't smoke, eat healthy, stay at home.
And being a gym rat, and that's pretty much what superstars and world champions do. I know Floyd, he never poisoned his body his whole career. No drinking, no late nights partying, things of that nature, no smoking, just maintaining his body and keeping that money-making machine at his level for making that cash.
Cash cow.
So now, what do you plan on doing after you come back, get that W in Russia, after you come back from Tennessee, win that title? Where is Chop Corley trying to take this now at this late in the game and you still making noise?
After these 2 fights, the fight in June, the fight in July, I'm already prepping for October, a title defense, either from the WBU title or even the title that I'm going to win in Russia. I may defend that title in October, or I'm fighting Vivian Harris also. We're fighting for a title.
Vivian Harris, yeah.
Yes, that's a rematch, and that's in Memphis, Tennessee. After those 3 fights, I'm already prepping for my promotion. I'm getting ready to retire, so I'm working on Triple C Promotions.
Life after boxing.
And I'm going to start promoting the young prospects, and I'll be doing my first show at Bowie State University.
And when is that going to launch?
It's going to launch in October.
In October of 2018 of this year. So now I got to take you back to some bad times, and nobody likes to talk about death and everything now. You lost the murder of your brother was in 2002 or 3 you took off for a whole year?
It was 2001.
2001.
Yeah. April 19th, my brother was murdered by a friend that went to school with me, that boxed with me. He was paid to kill my brother, and I was very envious and I hated him for it, but over the years you learn how to forgive. Yes.
And I say that to say this man is sitting here wholeheartedly, full mind, body, soul, still 100% in one piece mentally, because we all know boxing is pretty much 90% mental. And yet you've managed to come back, bounce back from that after going through that trial and tribulation in your life. And through the grace of God and good people in your circle, I'm sure, to help you maintain yourself and keep yourself together. How hard was that for you to even consider coming back to the sport that you love so much?
passion for boxing. I love to fight. And when I got into it at the age of 10 years old, it was an opportunity for me to win a trophy. Win or lose, you get a trophy or a medal. And that was my motivation to sticking to the sport and becoming a great fighter.
Wow, and that's what's up, and that's deep, because a lot of guys, they something happened tragically to them, or a loved one, family member, friend, if you will, and it just kind of takes them into a whole nother path where they never get right again, and they can't seem to focus on that specific sport that they love so much and had the passion for, like you, and to continue doing it and continue to being successful. That being said, there's life after boxing. I know you're coming up with the Triple C promotion, and that's what I do here at Brawler Sports Media. As I say to all the guys, world champion, been on a platform at the pinnacle of his career, but we don't just do these guys. I always like to introduce the up-and-coming talented young guys out here, the future of boxing, the future world champions, and that's funny that you're coming out with that Triple C. I look forward to being a big part of that at your shows and showcasing these guys. And with that being said, Chop Chop also has his own silk screening embroidering company where he can put any of your logos from your gyms on t-shirts, sweatsuits, hats, boxing equipment, i.e. gloves, cups, headgear, and personalize everything. Tell everybody about that business and how they can get that done now, because from what I understand, that is up and running. And you also service a friend of mine that you know, former world champion, two-time light heavyweight champion of the world, Montel Ice Griffin at Clarence Griffin's Windy City Boxing Gym in Chicago, over there at 2150 Canal Port in the Lacuna Lofts. So tell them about that, because you're busy, man.
Yeah, I always been into fashion, and my first niche was my own boxing shoe. I wanted to be different, so everybody has boxing equipment. Over the years, they had Tough Wear boxing equipment, and that's way back. A lot of people don't know about Tough Wear, but it was Tough Wear and Reyes and Ringside, and I thought of a boxing shoe. And no fighter never had his own boxing shoe, so that was something that I really pushed for early in my career. And I never gave up on it, and I've been working at it, and then eventually I branched off and started doing the equipment. And then always been a passion for fashion, and I went into clothes because I'm a seamstress. I can sew.
Wow, and I've heard that too. And now what's the name of the silk screen and embroidery company that these guys out here, because you got this young talent out here, you done got some pros that's already made a name for themselves that may be ready to switch boxing equipment and get a different look and a better feel for training.
It's Chop Chop Corley Sports, and my manufacturer's package is out of Pakistan.
And that takes about how long for them to get a package back once they place that order?
The turnaround time is 25 days through shipping and custom, but it's custom made, your color, your name on it, your logo on your product, and I got a lot of stuff coming in within the next few weeks. Working with a young lady up in Jersey, Miss Downey, who's promoting the card June the 1st with Evander Holyfield. I got her product being done also.
And that's what's up. I've seen the product. It's legit. It's nice quality, and you'll be satisfied with it. So now, let's talk a little bit about the fights to come. Talk to the fans a little bit. Who are you picking tonight? You got Gary Russell Jr., the WBC featherweight champion of the world, fighting Joseph Jojo Diaz, a Golden Boy fighter, tonight for his title, 12-rounder, at the MGM National Harbor, and that's right outside of D.C. Who are you liking that, and why?
I got to go with the home team on this one. Sometime I don't go with the home team because I'm just a different fighter. I mean, I pick and choose who I think should win the fight with the skill setting. Gary has better skills, better experience, and I see Gary stopping this guy within 8 rounds.
Wow. And I'm rolling with my man Lil Gary Russell Jr. That's what his pops call him, Lil Gary. I'm rolling with Gary too, man, because he's a beast. He puts his punches together real well. He has great accuracy. His footwork is phenomenal. He got good ring generalship, ring savvy. I think he's gonna put it together. And I'm like you. I would probably say within 8 to 10 rounds, Gary Russell will defend and keep his title after that.
Of course, I know Gary is working with the same strength and condition guy that I'm working with. They call him the bandmaster, Coach Kevin. And I have seen results since I've been working with Coach Kevin for the last couple of fights. My power, my strength, my endurance has went up much higher. And I know Gary is working with him also. And we'll see a knockout this fight.
And that's what's up. Strength and condition, good dietitian, if you will, good rest, good training camp overall. That's what makes champions, and that's what wins fights. Moving right along, heavyweight division. How you feel about the heavyweight division right now, the way it's set up?
The heavyweight division is very great right now. There's a lot of action there. You got Wilder, you got Joshua, you got Ortiz, you got Big Baby, Dylan White. I mean, that heavyweight is stacked, and we're going to see how things play out with Joshua and Wilder, and then the ball's going to roll. But I think that fight right there is a mega fight that's about to take place, hopefully sometime next year, if not this year.
Yeah, because the latest that I've heard on that coming from Eddie Hearns, from what I'm hearing, he's putting Big Baby Joe Miller in with Anthony Joshua, his next fight, and it looks like they're trying to market Joshua here in the U.S. and do that fight back at the Barclays Center and see what kind of big success he had in a fan base model, if you will, before they bring the Deontay Wilder and Joshua, so that fight can be just that much bigger as the hype builds up. What's your take on Joshua and Wilder when they do fight? Who you gonna roll with them on that fight, and break it down to us why?
I mean, I like Deontay. He's an amazing heavyweight, and he has the perfect name Wilder because he gets wild when he get in there at times. I like Joshua. He has more skill savvy. He's more porous. His punches are more clean and effective. It's not so much winging shots once he hurt a guy. And that's where the fight you're going to see the big difference. When Wilder catches him, hopefully he can stay composed and try to finish him in a clean fashion and don't get wild. But if Anthony hurt Joshua, you're going to see the shots coming short and crisp, where Deontay may not be able to recover as fast as Joshua will be able to.
So you think, is it fair to say, rewinding back to the Deontay Wilder versus Ortiz fight, when Ortiz had him out on his feet in that 7th round, if that was Joshua versus Deontay that night, Joshua catches Wilder in that 7th round, does Wilder make it out of that round and make it through the fight?
It's a possibility. He may make it out and he may not. It all depends on how much time left on the clock and how Joshua put the pressure on Wilder to try to finish him. Just don't go head hunting crazy.
Absolutely, and then it's all about conditioning too. A lot of these guys, if they got good conditioning, strengthening coaches, is how well they recover from that punch, from that knockdown, and as you stated, how much time is left on the clock. With that being said, that was a good analysis there. I would say the same thing. Joshua, more seasoned, more poised, skill sets better, a little more polished, if you will, places his punches much more effective. Deontay has the height, the reach advantage. He's perfected his jab much better than he used to, so he has a hell of a jab now, and the right hand is no question about that. He definitely has that. I'd like to see Joshua come at the bigger guys from more angles, if you will, because he's agile. He can move. He's not your normal, typical big heavyweight. He's all muscle. So I think if he used more angles, keep that jab popping on the outside, and definitely work on some more head movement, he would be less vulnerable from getting those shots.
Correct, 100%. You can't say it no better than that. Just being a little more elusive on his feet, not so much upright.
Absolutely. And check this out. Now I want you to pull up some of these belts, champ. Talk to them about history here, where these belts came in to your life, and give us the history, who you won these belts from. If you can remember the years, let them see this hardware about who Demarcus Chop Corley really is. Check out this hardware this brother got, y'all.
Well, this is the first one. This was my 1999 USBA super lightweight title. I fought Enea Julio for this title, and that was my first 12-round fight. It was a hard one.
None of them were easy. Like I tell everybody cannot do this sport. You got to be definitely mindset to be a boxer. And so what's up next? What's your next belt here? He got about 5 of them.
Number 2, my second title would be my WBO world title. I won this fight, and this was the quickest and the most memorabilia one I will ever remember. I won this 2 minutes and 49 seconds of the first round. I fought Felix Trinidad nephew, which was Felix Flores, and that's all they was talking about. That was Papa Trinidad grandson, and he's going to beat Chop Chop because we took the fight on a 5-day notice, and came out first round.
First round. Keep going, man. I'm loving this. This is what I love about getting with the guys that's already hit that pinnacle and had a lustrous career. The champ, he just pulling them out like the Christmas gifts.
This is the NABF. I fought this tight in Brooklyn in New York at I think it was the ballroom with Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella called me on a 2 weeks notice and asked me would I fight Tito Berserio, and I said sure. But in the option of fighting him, he said if you win, you have to sign with me. So that's how I became a Lou DiBella fighter after I beat Tito Berserio for his title.
2 week notice for a title shot. They're hoping he wasn't in shape, and this is what you guys need to understand. You stay in the gym, you stay ready. You don't need a contract already on the desk, signed, sealed, and delivered with a date, who, what, when, where's, and why of who you're fighting. Just stay in the gym and stay ready, because when that phone ring, that's your opportunity, and they never come back around. Talk to him, tell him, champ.
You never know when that phone gonna ring. I was ready on a 5-week notice, and it was my first big fight on Showtime, and I ended with great fashion, a first round knockout.
That's what's up. What we got here?
Oh, this the same one. We got to switch now.
We switching. See, I'm getting confused. I got another one here on my left to give him as well.
Yeah, we're going to that one now.
He got them in different cases, different bags. I mean, and I lifted him up to place him over here by him, and I was like, dude, you need Wheaties to carry this stuff around.
This is my WBF. What was it? This is a welterweight title. I went up to welterweight. I fought this title down in Tampa, Florida. I knocked the guy out in the second round, but I was already in training camp, just staying ready at that time. I got a phone call, and we went to fight.
Wow. And the WBF back then was the World Boxing Foundation, correct? Yep. Now, you do know that they have revamped themselves out of Australia, and now they're called it's World Boxing Federation, and the president here that controls all the regions is Mr. James Gibbs Jr., who I've had an honor and a pleasure of working with, Team WBF, and my man Mick Croucher out of Australia. So those guys are doing big things with the WBF, with the amateurs as well as with the pros. James Toney won his last fight, was a world title for the WBF, just to talk about WBF and how they've transitioned now. What's up next, champ?
This one. This is the UBF. I got this one. I beat Vivian Hurst. I went up to welterweight again.
It's lightweight, light welter, and welter.
But I know how to stay in my lane. I ain't gonna go unless I know I can do what I do. Right. I tested the water with Freddie Hernandez early in my career on Showtime. And I was winning the fight, but he caught me in the 5th round, and Chop Chop went down. I said, yeah, I'm going to leave them big boys alone.
And that's what's up. But at least, like you said, you know your lane. You test that water, and you see these guys are so big, once they rehydrate, you're like, wait a minute, I'm really a light welter. You look like a junior middleweight tonight.
Exactly. And the last but not least,
nice. Oh, that's the WBU, World Boxing Union.
This is the recent title I just won in April 7th,
Africa, right?
over in Nigeria, West Africa. And I put on a boxing clinic. I took my opponent to school. It was on YouTube.
I definitely. This fight, he just won this in April. We talking about just last month, all the way in Nigeria. Chop Chop been in the game over 20-some years, guys. Just won another title. He's talking about going to Russia in June next month. He's going to come back and fight for another title in July right here at the FedEx Forum in Tennessee, correct?
Correct, Memphis, Tennessee.
This dude is busy. He's a legend. This is a legend. He's got the hardware to show it. I wanted to talk to you real quick. I got a buddy of mine. His name is Trev Monroe. Trev Monroe is on YouTube as well. Play to Win Boxing. He's been doing some pieces and clips of you throughout your whole career from amateur to present. and he wanted me to give him a shout out and ask you, would you allow him to come down from the Jersey area and do something similar to this, but in a different fashion?
Sure, I would love to. Give him my number and we can link up.
That's what's up, Trey Monroe. I did what I said I would do, baby. That's what I do. I'm Rick Mohamed, Brawler Sports Media. Tell them how well you like speaking with Brawler Sports Media. Would you advise these cats out here, Chop, to get with me? Am I professional? Tell them how well, we got together to do this.
It's an honor, man. I mean, you reached out to me, and I took advantage of it. It was a great opportunity to get the exposure, to promote you, to promote myself, and that's what fighters need to do. They got to learn how to be versatile and learn how to promote themselves outside that ring, because all the promoters worrying about is promoting you in the ring.
Absolutely. And this is the part where fighters need to understand boxing in its full entirety. Not just lacing the gloves up, getting in the gym, listening to the trainers, doing the work, conditioning yourself, proper diet, and things of that nature. Learn the boxing game on the backside, behind the closed doors, how the purse bid works, how the promoters are getting together, what money's going on the table, who's getting a 60-40 split, 50-50 split, 70-30. We don't know. You don't really know what those numbers are if you're not in the room going through the negotiation phases of that.
Exactly. Most important, merchandise sales. All them t-shirts being sold at the fight with your picture on it, are you getting any of that money?
POS, point of sales. That's concessions, guys. That's what they're called, concessions. So when you're at the fight and you see the stands up with the t-shirts and everybody's going, oh, wow, oh, and they got all these different types of t-shirts, $20 for this one, front and back, $25, $50, caps, whatever, posters, signature posters, whatever the case may be, that's your money. There's no marketing, there's no fight. The promoters don't have a fight without you, the fighter. So why shouldn't you be getting a piece of the whole pie?
Exactly, especially like Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight. Can you only do the math on the t-shirt sales? Can you imagine when they fight over in the UK and that 80,000 seat is
100,000 seats.
100,000? You know they're gonna print over 50,000 shirts. Can you imagine selling a shirt for 50 euros?
I'd buy it.
The price on that, $50 in euros. That's like $52 US money. 50,000 t-shirts.
50,000 t-shirts at $52 a pop in euros. You do the math. Basically what the champ here is saying, when you're young and you're up and coming and they turning you into a superstar, you feel like you're eating good, you're making a little money, your check is fat, you're like, wow, all that other money in the backside that you missed out on.
They getting it, and you don't even know it.
And you don't even know it. So when they marketing you and they doing these press conferences, hell, the bootleg guy at Barclays Center, he making a killing when the doors open because everybody's swamping him to get the t-shirt for not $25 or $30, but for $10.
Exactly. It's all about marketing and promotion.
Marketing promotions. Hey, I done my piece here. I'm live here in OldBridge, Virginia. It's right outside. We'll call it Woodbridge, Virginia. I got my man Demarcus Chop Corley, a living legend, still doing his thing. Got a birthday coming up next month, June 3rd, and he's still doing his thing with 22 years in the game. Just won a belt over in Nigeria last month. Going to Russia in June next month.
Win another one. To win another one. Coming back.
Then he's going to the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee to win another one. Hey, what else can we say about this guy? He's got a business. Fighters. Triple C. CCC Promotions is coming October this year. Throw a shout out on the silk screening company again, Chop. And where can they go to order these pieces of equipment?
You can follow me on Instagram, Chop Corley. You can hit me on Facebook, Chop Corley, or my second Facebook page is Demarcus Corley. Hit me up, DM me, contact me, and I can get your product the way you want it, the way you like it.
That's what's up. And as you know, I'm Rick Mohamed, Brawler Sports Media. I too am on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps me. Fighters, if you're out there, you're looking for somebody to put it down for you, like I'm doing here with a legend, I can do the same thing for you as well. We don't just do the guys already on that platform. I want the future boxing, the future world champions to come forth. We got to support one another in this business. That's the only way we're going to grow. And speaking of the champ, Chop, that's called marketing. Check me out. I'm on Facebook under Brawler Sports Management, YouTube, Brawler Sports Media. I'm on Twitter at Brawler Sports Media. Same at Instagram, Brawler Sports Media. It's Rick Mohamed. We're live here at the UFC gym. I'm going to come right back and do a quick piece on the trainer here and talk a little bit about what he got going on here and who's in the general DMV area who's looking for a good workout. They can come here and get it. Chop, man, I want to thank you for your time. It's a pleasure. Much respect to you, man. Thank you for honoring me and coming here and doing this nice interview with you. I appreciate you.
No problem. It was my honor.
It's Brawler Sports Media, Rick Mohamed. We out. God bless y'all.